Hello and welcome to part 51 of Summoner. Now once you return to the city of the Kosani, this guy will tell you about the Ring of Darkness. And this is essentially setting up the final part of the story, the end game, the last boss. And that is to essentially capture the Demon of Light. The Demon of Light? No, the Demon of Darkness. I'm getting confused here, but yeah, essentially what Joseph is supposed to do is, now he has the 4 dragon rings. Once he gets the 4 demon rings, he puts them on, and then jumps into the furnace. And hopefully he will be reborn as the god of the Sudani, Uraf himself. So yeah, it's quite a step up from the beginning of the game when we were just a farmhand. Unite the 9 beings. 1 summoner, 8 demons. No, 1 summoner, 4 demons, 4 dragons. And there we go. But we have a few Kosani side quests we need to handle first. But yeah, thanks for the storyline. But anyway, like I was saying, there's quite a few we need to handle here. Now that we have all 3 carvings, we can now hand them over and complete the Armadillosi side quest. But before that, there's the King of Talus side quest. As you recall, we told him to go to the Kosani and thank them for their gift. And you can sort of see behind this guy on the floor, the King of Talus has shown up. So just talking to him now will complete the side quest. And it is interesting that this guy appears in the sequel. And he tells us here he's going back to his homeland. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Or at least not for a very long time. Ooh, and that's a nice reward actually. He gave us the hero plate mail. And also, I'm trying to read the text here, but this part of the game seems to be a bit glitchy. Because I'm not pressing anything, but the text only stays on screen for a split second. But I've actually frozen the video and watched what he said. It's not something too important. He just says he's going back to his homeland. Pardon me. And yep, we have the hero chainmail. Plate mail, I should say. Ooh, and with 65 power, this is the point of the game where this full body armor actually becomes more powerful than the tunic and the leggings combined. You see, you put those 2 together, you get 60 protection. But with a plate mail, you get 65. And it looks really good on Jakar. He now looks like a professional hero. And I also like how he gets the hero's plate mail. Like the game knows he's the hero. But anyway, after leaving the Kosani city and then returning, you're actually given the Ring of Darkness from the guy here. And yep, that's the last of the 8 rings. And it says here it gives you the Spirit of Lahara as a summon. But I honestly don't know if you get that anyway, or if you get that for completing the side quest. I think you get it for completing the side quest, the Tome of the Neverseer. But honestly, sometimes the text in this game is actually wrong. It just is. And that's not just me saying that. That's what the FAQ say. Now, give this guy the dust we found at the Monastery of Iona. And this will complete the Seeds of Ahor Part 2. And just agree on the 10,000 gold. Otherwise he'll only give you 5,000 gold or something. Now talking to this priestess here, we'll complete the side quest. And what are you doing, Joseph? Yeah, I talked to the woman and the game positioned me all the way over here. Hello? I can't hear you from over here. Yeah, this game gets quite glitchy here for some reason. But anyway, you give her the 3 carvings. And yeah. And now that completes the map. Oh, pardon me. Sometimes you have to talk to the characters more than once to finish off the to finish off the side quest. And as a reward, we get the Vengeful Katana, which is a fairly weak sword, but it has the possibility of casting Curse. It's not really a good weapon, if I'm honest. You're better off just sticking with your blunt weapons and your daggers. Right, now this priestess here gives you the Hunting Corn of Vadakar side quest again. You've already completed that, but if you talk to her again, it will reset the quest. And you can go find it again. And yeah, again, at this point in the game, there seems to be some glitchiness here. Or at least in this area. And now talking to this woman will set up the Curse of the Crone of Savio side quest. And essentially these guys here have been turned into Salamancas. So, yeah, we're not going to kill them and take their tongues away like we usually do. We're going to find the Crone and ask her to lift the curse. Yeah, which is in another random encounter. Oh, look at the poor Salamanca. It's so confused it's walking into the wall repeatedly. Yeah, look, I don't want to say this game is broken because it's really not. But there are a few rough patches here and there. I still like it, it's still really fun, but you can sort of tell it's rushed out. And it's a bit off topic, but I really like Joseph's red armour. The summoner chainmail. But anyway, if you go back to... Now this is sort of near the entrance to the labyrinth. It's on the other side, the opposite wall. Talk to this person here, Athena of Sidia. And she will tell you that she left a girl called Loleva. Lolva? Is it pronounced Lolva? Whatever. She left this poor girl in the city. Well, she didn't really have any choice, but there you go. And the side quest is, if you speak to this girl, try and get her to come back here. Or at least tell this woman what happened to her. Oh, well, to be fair, an angel told her to do it, so... Yeah, this is getting quite holy, this side quest here. Yeah, and this side quest, it's pretty much the last side quest before the last boss. And that's the only time you can solve it. But we'll get to that when we finally enter the very last dungeon of the game. Random encounter time. And now this is for the Crone side quest. You can see she turns up in a forest encounter. So just keep walking around in circles in the forest until you find her. Now you ask her to lift the curse, but she mentions she wants a rose. A stone rose. No, not the Mancurian band, the stone roses, but an actual jewelled rose. But fortunately I know where to find it. Oh dear, try not to cough near me. But then again, you know, she is old, but she then again she does look well for being over 700 years old. So after you speak to her, you go back to the priestess in Kosani and you tell her about the stone rose. And tells us quite a sad story about it. Oh, that's quite a sad story. You know, someone asks you for a beautiful present, you make them a stone rose, and then she just throws it away because she's so vain. But anyway, once you talk to her, she didn't really tell you exactly where to go, but you can sort of guess where when she mentions the flood, and that's of course back in the city. The swamp of the Kamos. Sorry, I'm being interrupted by bloody Skype. But yep, near the Fountain of Blood here, if you remember that from our first visit. But yeah, essentially where you fought the stone demon, you just go up the stairs and there you will find the fountain. And then you have to go all the way back and find the Crone again in a random encounter. And then give her the stone rolls. You see, you're really getting the benefit of editing here, because this took me sort of a while to find. It took me a while to go into the swamp, and then it took me a while to find the Crone again. And it took me a while to walk all the way back here. I love this, it gives us the option to show her the stone rolls of Avakar. I've already given it away.
I have gained new insight.
But to finish the quest, you need to talk to her again to confirm it. Oh, you gotta love this kind of programming. It's not really broken, they just don't take into account you would have met the Crone first.
I am stronger.
Good for you, Jakar. And yeah, a minor point, but Jakar looks really good in his new plate mail. You see, this is why it's worth doing these side quests. You get these really cool items. Speaking of which, he gave us the battle talk here. Gives us 60 plus HP and 30 plus MP. Which I believe you can buy the battle talk, but it's really expensive. So, yeah, getting one for this side quest, it's really worth it. And maybe that's why I'm having less trouble with this game this time around. It's because my characters have been leveled up with items and bonus experience points from side quests. And this is for the secrets of the Dakamin side quest. Oh, and your impronounceable words. Now, if you remember, at the beginning of the game, we talked to this woman. She gave us this side quest, which involved a blank parchment and a secret formula to turn water into ice. Now, it's not really brought up again until we enter Langshang Forest, where we find the blank parchment. Now that we've captured 3 of the demons, we can now talk to Ilaru again, and this will continue the side quest. And once we show her the blank parchment, she says that we now need to find a mirror. So this is actually a fairly long side quest in terms of the locations you have to go to. Now, to find the mirror, you go back to the Monastery of Iona, which isn't a quick walk away, I might add, and it will now turn up into the building, which is near the entrance of the level. The mirror there, rather twisted. Yeah, and if you're wondering, this mirror only shows up once you activate the side quest, so you can't really sequence break. Which, again, was that intentional, or was it not? But the side quest has even more busy work to complete now, because once we show her the mirror, she will now send us on a hunt to find 3 items. A skull of the King of Winter, a heart
I grow powerful.
of a Minotaur, and the gallbladder of a blue Blackshite. Which we can get in 3 different encounters. But unfortunately, that's something we can only do in the next part. Since, yeah, the encounters go on for a little while. Not really too long, but at least I get to show off a few of the extra summons in the next part. And the item you get for this, here's the thing, it's not really a valuable item or a special item, in a sense, because it doesn't like overpower you or anything, but I prefer to have it. It's a really cool item, and you'll see why when we eventually get it. So join me again when we'll be off hunting.